Hi guys, it's Jessica Hayes. Today I have filmed this pop of color eye tutorial for you. This is kind of the look that I gravitate towards when maybe I feel like wearing a little bit of color, but I'm not committed to doing a full-on green smoky eye or a blue or a purple or whatever. It is super easy to do and it is very wearable, I think, as well. So maybe, you know, you've got a purple dress and you want to add a little pop of color to your makeup. This is the perfect way to do it without feeling too over the top or too dramatic. This is also a look that I gravitate towards a lot with clients that are wanting to wear color but are not quite sure if they're confident enough to pull it off as well. So if you guys want to learn this super easy pop of color eye technique, keep watching and I will teach you exactly how I do it. I'm going to start off with a little bit of the Marc Jacobs Coconut Water Primer, popping that all over the face. I've been noticing that my foundation has been staying a lot better while wearing this primer. My skin's been a little more on the dry side lately, so I think this is a really great primer if you have like normal to dry skin. Actually going to start off with my base as well because there's not a lot of like crazy colors that we'll be getting fallout with. Hourglass Veil Foundation, and this is a Furless Cosmetics foundation brush. My skin has changed drastically from season to season. This foundation has been working out great for me because it is a little more on the dewy side, whereas like 2 months ago, maybe more, I couldn't wear anything that was dewy. I was like matte, oil free. So gotta switch it up a little bit. Let's add a little bit of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer all around the eyes. And I'm just gonna lightly comb my brows out. I'm not 100% sure if I'll even put anything in them today. Just might let them be bleachy and easy. So I'm just gonna start the eyes with putting a little bit of the NYX High Definition Eye Primer all over and patting that into the eye. Sorry if any of you guys were watching my Get Ready With Me or Get Ready With Us with Stephanie Strazia and Amber Dean. We're actually talking about the process that you go through when you like conceal and prime your eyes. So we all do it, you know, we put the eye primer on and then just go straight in with whatever shadows that we want because we want like the eyeshadow to stick to the eye primer. But I've been seeing a ton of girls, and I remember like in makeup college forever ago, it was a very old makeup technique that you'd, you know, put concealer down and then a flesh colored shadow all over and then start your shadows over the top. But I just wanted to maybe start a little discussion about this, like whether you do it and you feel like it works better. I know sometimes it does help to blend out the shadows a little bit easier, but personally I like an eye primer because I want the shadows to stick to it. So make sure you comment below which technique you use. If you do, you know, like a primer and then stick your eyeshadow straight onto it because you want that like that bam of color, or whether you like it soft and you use the skin colored shadow first and then put your shadows over the top of it. So I'm going to be using the Mavita Loca palette. I'm going to be using these neutral colors in the center, and this may be the last time that I ever use this palette on a video because I have a feeling that it's going to sell out. And if it's sold out, I don't want to, you know, make you guys sad by using it all the time and then you can't have it because just a nice person. So I'm going to start off with this like mid-toned brown from the palette. This color is Strutter. And basically I'm just going for a really just kind of normie eye on top, you know, just something very neutral, something that can be worn with pretty much every color. Just a very simple and classic eye. And I'm going to grab a slightly more fluffy brush, and there's a color in the palette which is called Noble. It's just a little, it's got just a little more warmth than Strutter. I'm just going to use that just to blend out that edge. Next, I'm going to grab my little Smith 253 brush and just add a little bit of a dark chocolate brown just in the outer V of the eye. I like this brush just for depositing color right there because it's not too hard. It's got a little bit of a fluff, but it's got a nice kind of edge to it. Then I'm going to go back to that original brush that we were using and blend that color out. For the lid of the eye, I'm just going to add this very neutral, creamy color. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the ink liner and do a little wing. Or maybe a big wing, we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. We'll see if the eyeliner gods are on our side today. Oh, they're not on our side. The whole thing with this eye is just keeping it super neutral on top so that you can get away with a pop of color underneath. This is a lot of the time when, you know, a client will come in and they're like, I have a purple dress and I want purple on my eyes, and I'm like, oh, too much color. I mean, sometimes it's acceptable, but sometimes it's nice just to have a little bit of a neutral eye on the top and then a little bit of a pop of color underneath, because then it's not too much color. I think I'm gonna keep it like more on the tealy side today. I really like this color. It's called Hyper Ballad. So I'm gonna be using this Smith 220 brush underneath the eye. As you can see, I didn't use any eyeliner underneath. I'm just going straight in with a shadow. A lot of times if I know a color is pigmented enough, I will do this just so it doesn't crease or get underneath the eye on me. I'm just going to take a clean mini fluff and just buff that underneath the eyes. You can definitely swipe a little makeup remover onto here to clean up, but I like it to be nice and diffused underneath the eye, so that's why I'm using this blending brush. If you go ahead and blend off a little too much, just grab a little more of that color and just pat that close to the lash line. Just gonna clean up underneath a little bit with this concealer brush. I'm just gonna add a little bit of an eye highlight underneath with the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher. Go and blend that in with this damp Cosmetics Beauty Blender dupe. Just a little bit of powder, just a little bit. I don't like adding too much powder because I just don't want the skin to ever look dry. Might go ahead and conceal those little friends that I have above this eyebrow. Just a little clan of friends just hanging out. Just chilling. Better add some mascara. For the waterline, I'm just gonna add like a skin colored pencil on the inside. I'm just gonna be sculpting a little bit with the Illamasqua Sculpting Duo, just underneath the cheekbones. And then I'm gonna take my poor little baby, that crush. I shouldn't have been traveling with it, but the Kat Von D Thunderstruck Metal Crush Shadow as my highlight. Duh. I actually think this color Lyric that I put on my lid is very similar to Thunderstruck, because when I was putting it on, I didn't expect it to have such a pinkish undertone, but it kind of does, like Thunderstruck. So yeah, as everyone knows, Thunderstruck is the best highlighter in the world. I just really like it for my skin tone because it's gold, but it does have that pinky undertone to it, so it does kind of like just mesh really pretty with your natural skin tone. Sometimes just a straight up gold is not my friend. Right, so for lips, why not keep it in the family? And I'm going to be using this little baby. This is Lolita II from Kat Von D. Did get released in a little duo with these tiny little lipsticks. I believe it is coming back for good. It's definitely similar to Double Dare, but it's just a little more warm. Really like this color. With liquid lipsticks, I usually like to do the bottom first and then I'll start on the top. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pop a little bit of Nero Cosmetics Doll Parts over the top. My lips are feeling a little dry right now. I've found that putting products like this, the OCC lip tars over the top of a liquid lipstick actually don't affect it. They don't have a lot of oil in them, so they don't break down the product, whereas other times I've tried to put lip gloss over a liquid lipstick and it just makes it like crappy and bally. Thanks for watching that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little pop of color tutorial. Like I said, this is a great one to use on clients if you don't want to go the whole shebang of color if you don't think that they can handle it, or maybe if you just want to have a subtle but a little bit of color in there to make you happy kind of day. I have finally set myself a schedule for YouTube, so I'm going to have a video up every single Tuesday for you guys, and then maybe some weeks with a little extra bonus video in there as well. And thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any comments or questions, just drop them below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye. With liquid lips. With lipsticks. So if you guys want to